Hi, this is Dr. Rajeshwar from YR PharmaTube. In the previous video, we discussed the structure-activity relationships of sulfonamides. Hit the I button on top right of this video to watch it. For the other related topics of sulfonamides and medicinal chemistry, see the description below this video. In this lesson, we shall understand the mechanism of action of sulfonamides. The mechanism of action of sulfonamides, bis-aryl sulfones such as dapsone and aryl pyrimidine antifolates such as trimethoprim and sulfamethoxazole are well understood. All the mechanisms disrupt specific aspects of normal bacterial folic acid metabolism. All these agents inhibit the growth of bacteria and exert primarily bacteriostatic effects. This phenomenon occurs at the molecular level in two distinct ways. Number 1, sulfonamides inhibit the use of vital nutrient by interfering with the action of a specific bacterial enzyme needed for the biosynthesis of folic acid. And number 2, the antifolates target a different enzyme downstream in the process of the biosynthesis of folic acid. Both processes constitute separate antibacterial mechanisms, and these two mechanisms can be simultaneously induced through combination therapy, that is sulfonamide and aryl pyrimidine antifolate, to produce a potent dual mode of antibacterial activity. It has been well established that the sulfonamides mimic PABA, that is para-aminobenzoic acid, which is a natural substrate required for the biosynthesis of folic acid. Folic acid is a vital nutrient that completes the biosynthesis of N-methylated pyrimidines and purines, as well as certain amino acids that are necessary for bacterial growth. Bacteria need to obtain folic acid by itself, biosynthesized from a series of enzymatically driven transformations that utilize PABA. In contrast, mammals obtain folic acid from food consumption and are unable to biosynthesize the same key folic acid precursors as bacteria. This issue is important because adverse effects that would arise from any non-selective action of sulfonamides upon a related mammalian enzyme are not possible. In this regard, sulfonamides are truly selective antibacterial chemotherapeutic agents, although these agents are not free from causing side effects or toxicities to the mammalian host. However, for the most part, the sulfonamides are exceptionally well tolerated, and because of this, large amounts of drug can be given in attempts to overwhelm the bacterial pathogen. Specifically, the antibacterial sulfonamides compete with PABA in the formation of dihydroteroate from dihydropteridine pyrophosphate. In the absence of sulfonamide inhibition, this transformation is carried out by the bacterial enzyme, that is dihydroteroate synthase. This enzyme catalyzes the displacement of pyrophosphate from an appropriately recognized pteridine substrate. The result is the covalent attachment of the amino moiety of PABA to produce an aryl amino methyl teroate. This substrate, dihydroteroate, is further processed by other enzymes eventually to afford dihydro and tetrahydrofolic acid. In the presence of sulfonamides, the dihydroteroate synthase enzyme is unable to differentiate between para-aminobenzoic acid, that is the normal substrate, and the sulfonamide agent. In fact, in most cases, the sulfonamide has a greater affinity for the enzyme than does PABA. Consequently, sulfonamide dihydroteroate synthase binding essentially abolishes, that is dihydroteroate synthase enzyme activity. This task is made possible by two distinct binding interactions that exist between the dihydroteroate synthase enzyme and the sulfonamide substrate, and these attractive forces mimic those operatives in the natural processing of PABA. In general, the sulfonamides that display the greatest inhibitory activity against dihydroteroate synthase are the most potent antibacterial agents. The inhibitory effect mediated by sulfonamides dihydroteroate synthase binding is competitive in nature. An increase of PABA is able to diminish the bacteriostatic effects of the sulfonamides. In most scenarios, a bacterial pathogen is unable to acquire, provide, or harvest quantities of PABA that are sufficient to thwart the ill effects exerted by the sulfonamide agent. This may seem intuitive, but as is often the case with many antibacterial agents, a drug displaying potent enzyme inhibition may not necessarily exert good antibacterial properties. The complete sequence of chemical reactions that occur in the biosynthesis of folic acid are illustrated here. The aryl pyrimidine antibacterials, also being antimetabolic agents, share some common features with the sulfonamides with regard to antibacterial effects, but target a different enzyme, that is dihydrofolate reductase. Dihydrofolate reductase carries out the reduction transformation of dihydrofolic acid to tetrahydrofolic acid. Tetrahydrofolic acid is needed for a variety of cellular functions. For example, tetrahydrofolic acid ultimately serves as a donor of single carbon atoms in the biosynthesis of purines, pyrimidines, and amino acids. Both bacteria and mammals are dependent upon the action of endogenous dihydrofolate reductase enzymes. For this reason, it is imperative that antibacterial dihydrofolate reductase inhibitors exert selective activity against the bacterial species without inducing their effects upon the mammalian counterparts. The need of this selectivity has directed most of the research in this area and culminated in the development of trimethoprim, which is 50,000 to 100,000 times more active against most bacterial dihydrofolate reductases than mammalian proteins. To reiterate, this is in marked contrast to the sulfonamides, which act upon an enzyme, that is dihydroterroate synthase, not found in mammals. Interestingly, mammalian dihydrofolate reductases are much more homologous than bacterial dihydrofolate reductases, yet some key residues appear to be functionally conserved. One of the best studied dihydrofolate reductase proteins is that present in E. coli. The binding of dihydrofolate reductase inhibitors such as trimethoprim has revealed some important molecular interactions. The E. coli dihydrofolate reductase assumes a clam-like structure in which 5 peptide strands of the protein lie in proximity to the bound aryl pyrimidine antifolate substrate. In summary, the sulfonamides and the aryl pyrimidine antifolates are potent antibacterial agents due to inhibition of either bacterial dihydroterroate synthase or dihydrofolate reductase enzymatic activity respectively. A schematic depiction of the bacterial folic acid metabolic pathway is already provided, indicating the sites of inhibition of these agents. The bis-aryl sulfone agents are bacteriostatic agents, presumably due to the same mechanism of action as that of the sulfonamides. This is the list of references followed for the lesson. That's all in this video, the mechanism of action of sulfonamides. In the next lesson, we will discuss the individual drugs of sulfonamides. Till then, never stop learning and never stop watching my videos. Thank you for watching this video.